Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. So glad you're here. Well, it's Friday. We made it to the end of the week, right? What's the markets doing today? Well, if you just woke up and looked at the markets, you'd think they're doing nothing. They're pretty much flat. But here's the thing. The Dow Jones, it was up 600 points and then it dropped, gave it all back, down 100, and now it's come back to the flat line. This collapse has already got people talking about a Black Monday. Could they have a Black Monday right before Election Day? Nah, not going to happen, but it could, I suppose. Well, here's the thing. In the short term, you got November and December. November and December are seasonally strong months for the stock market. The stock market tends to do well in those months. Now, I do think we're coming down. I think we're going to retest the low. I think we're going to make a new low, especially on the NASDAQ. That's already come down and not much off the low. And I think the SPY will also make a new low. Now, the Dow is up pretty high. Will it give all of that 15% gain back? It's possible. But in the long term, there's bigger problems. The Dow Jones has bigger problems. Well, the stock market in general has big problems, right? But here's the thing. Okay, so there's these, if you look at the moving averages, you'll look at the monthly now, the 9-month versus the 20-month. Okay, every time the 9-month comes down below the 20-month, it's not good news in the long run, right? This happened back in the dot-com crisis where the market was in a bear market. The 9-month broke below the 20-month, okay, and the market dropped 30%, right? All right, then again in the subprime crisis, the 9-month dropped below the 20-month, and the market dropped about 50%. And right now we got the 9-month dropping below the 20-month going forward into next year. It's not going to be pretty for the stock market. It's not going to be pretty for the housing market. Let's move over to the housing market. Now, what's going on in the housing market? Well, it's pretty much a complete disaster. Look I'm a real estate broker, full disclosure, and I get the inside on this. It is a disaster out there. Now, of course, not in your area. Your area is doing fine, but look the banks, the money's tightening up, right? The money's starting to tighten up. Well, a matter of fact, Chase came out with the announcement that they're not accepting application for HELOC loans anymore, which is home equity line of credit loans. They're just not accepting the applications. Now, this was going to be the big thing that was going to save the mortgage industry when the rates started to go up because nobody wanted to refinance. The refinance market, it's gone completely away. Now, just back in 2020, there was like 19 million people that could benefit from doing a refinance. But now there's less than 100,000 that could still benefit, and they're probably not going to do it. They haven't done it now. Why would they do it now? Well, they're not going to. And they probably don't have the credit is why they never did it. All right. So the HELOC loan is going away. Now, a lot of people, they'd use their house as like a piggy bank. And now they have absolutely no way to get money out of the piggy bank. For the last 14 years, they could refinance and then use that money to live on. But right now, people are broke and they have a house, but they're broke, right? Because all the bills are going like this. The gas station's more, the supermarkets more, paying the heating bill in their house is just going skyrocketing. They have no money, right? Inflation's just eating their money away. So normally they can tap into their house, but now they don't have a way to tap into their house because they can't refinance because that's higher rate and it will hurt them, and they can't get a HELOC loan because they're not giving them out as freely anymore. So we got this disaster going on. Now, real estate agents are starting to completely go away. They're dropping out of the business. They just are locking up shop. They're just saying, I don't want to be in this business anymore. This is a big shift right now in the real estate market, in the housing market. I've never seen this. All right, now I've been doing this over 40 years. I've never seen anything like this, right? Okay, I mean, basically think about it. A year ago, we were sitting at interest rates for mortgages about 2.78. right? Okay, below 3%. And then we're jumped up. We're at 7.3 right now if you got good credit. By the end of the year, that's going to be 8%. And if you don't have good credit, you're going to be paying 9%. So we've basically gone from 3% headed up towards 9%, a tripling of interest rates. Never happened before. Okay, not in 1 year time at least. Let's put it that way. It doesn't happen in a year's time, right? But this is what's happening. What it's done, it's created this kind of like an earthquake effect in the housing market. Real estate agents can't make any money because nobody's buying houses right now. So they're dropping like flies. Now, in one of my videos before, I told you I knew the housing market had hit a high because the number of real estate agents hit high. It was about 1.7 million agents in the United States. Now, that number is just dwindling right now. People are dropping out. If you go talk to a bankruptcy attorney, they'll tell you their number one client is real estate agents. Their other number two client is mortgage brokers. These people tend to live above their means, right? And now they can't make any money. There's no loans being done. The refinance business is completely over. And the house sales have come to a grind. Now, at some point, there's going to be a meeting of the minds. Now, the sellers, they still want to get what Billy Bob got. Everybody wants what Billy Bob got, but they can't get that price. So they're not selling to the people that want to make low offers. Now, let me tell you about a client I have. Okay, so they were listed their house, San Jose, California, 1.2 million. All right. He comes in and makes an offer for 1.1 million. And they say no, they counter, they come in at 1.15, right? So somewhere in between, they think that he'll jump up, and he says no, he's not going to do it. Well, then they come back and they say, okay, we'll accept your 1.1 million. But my client, he's not that happy about that. He goes, well, that was the offer before. Now that you want that, I'm only going to offer you 1 million. So they don't have an offer because they didn't take his 1.1 million. Look it, if someone makes an offer on your property, you better snap that up because that offer is going to disappear. Look, if you're lucky enough to find someone dumb enough to buy your house right now, even if it's a little bit lower than Billy Bob got, I highly recommend that you take that offer because now he just dropped his offer to $1 million. And he can do that legally after they made a counter offer because they wanted to try to get more money out of him. Now, in the old days, just a year ago, I had a client, she was selling a little condo and she wanted $700,000. Well, they came in with an offer of $690. She didn't even counter it. She just sat there with her hands folded and an offer came in at $710 and she took that. And the other agent that put the offer in at $690, Mike, why didn't you call me and tell me about that? My client would have paid up to $750. Well, you see, that's the thing. Your client didn't make their highest and best offer, and she was set on minimum of $700,000, and she took the offer at $710. But that was a year ago, right? That's not happening today. What's happening today is they offered 1.1, and they said, no, we want 1.15, and they said bye-bye, and they go, well, wait, what about the 1.1? No, it's down to $1 million. You see, things have changed. Things have changed in the housing market. This has been a massive shift. It is a disaster out there. It's a disaster for the real estate people. There's mass layoffs in the mortgage industry. The real estate agents, they're going away. Now, I kind of like it when they go away. It gets rid of my competition. I'm just a one-man shop, and I get some of their business because they're out of business now. I got a couple of friends. They just got their license. They're all excited. They're going into the real estate business to make all this money. Well, the money's not there to be made anymore. The easy money's gone. It's real work right now. I mean, before you just put the house on the MLS and sit there and count how many offers come in. There'll be 8 or 10 offers in the first week, and you just take the highest and best one, and you look like a genius to your client. Well, right now, when you get a listing, no offers come in, and you look like an idiot to your client because you told them that they could get close to what Billy Bob got. Well, they cannot get close to what Billy Bob got. The price keeps dropping. So if you get an offer on your property right now, you want to snap that up. You want to take that. You want to take that right now. Now, the other thing that's happening in the real estate market, in the housing market, and the apartment market, rents are starting to drop, right? So you got the houses dropping, you got rents dropping. It's a complete disaster out there. Nobody's doing loans right now, and the title companies are laying people off because they have no business. They're just sitting there, hey, bring us some business, but there's really no business right now. So everybody's getting out of real estate as fast as they can. Now, a lot of people think that these, the corporations are going to come in and buy up all the marketplace. Well, where are they? They're not coming to the rescue. They're the ones that are running from this. They're trying to get out as quickly as possible. They're losing so much money. It's funny. They were buying in the last 2 years. They were responsible for about 30%. 30% of the sales just in the last 2 years were sold to corporations. And right now the corporations are going, I think we made a mistake. Yeah, they made a big mistake. So now they're dropping those houses. Oh my goodness. We talked about Open Door in the last video, but they got houses. They bought it like $550 and then they'd put them on the market at $600, thinking they're going to make a quick $50,000, right? They're going to flip it. Well, they aren't going to make the quick $50,000 because now that $550 that they bought it for, they now have it listed at $470 and they don't have any offers on that house yet. And they still have the cost of closing 7%. See, that's another thing people don't really get. Look, I sell a lot of houses in San Jose, California. It's the Bay Area, right? And it's just a disaster area out there in San Jose right now. You can't get houses sold. But here's the thing. Okay, let's say you bought a house just 2 years ago. Let's say you put 20% down on that house. 20% down. Okay, you bought it from Billy Bob. And you put 20% down. Billy Bob sold it to you. He sold it to you at that $1 million because that's where Billy Bob got out. And now it's worth $800,000. You put 20% down, $200,000 of your hard-saved money. Well, that house is selling for right now. Maybe if you were real lucky, you could get 9, but probably around $850. And you go, wow, I still got $50,000 of my money left. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's going to cost you 7% to get out of that house. So you're actually already underwater. And that's if you put 20% down. Your $200,000 that you saved your whole life for to buy that house from Billy Bob, it's completely gone. Now, what if you only put 5% down? You put 5% down, you're already 15% under the market. And if you got to get out, you're just going to hand those keys back to the bank because they're going to come and they're going to foreclose on you because you can't make your payments. Well, you don't want to make your payments. Why would you be paying on a house that you're already 15, 20% underwater? You wouldn't do it. So that's what I'm saying. If you are lucky enough to get an offer on the house right now, don't counter that offer and try to tick them to get them to come up. No, you take that offer and you say, thank you, Lord. You say, thank you, God, for bringing me that idiot to buy my house. Anyways, I got carried away again a little bit. It's Friday. I'm in a good mood. Okay, everybody, give me the thumbs up. Next week, we got the election, right? And I don't think we got a Black Monday before the election. You never know. You just never know. I do think the market's coming down. I do think it's going to crash through those lows. We'll see what happens. Get out there, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'm Tall Mike. Bye-bye now.